Joining me now is former federal prosecutor Brett Tolman. Brett, thanks for being with us here today. Let's talk about denaturalization first. Why so tough? Why couldn't we have had this man in Virginia immediately denaturalized and deported from America?
Will, it's an enormous flaw right now in the law. And we need to also go back to, the last 40, 50 years, there's been a couple of significant changes. We used to give preference for individuals coming from certain countries that we knew were safe or that we felt more comfortable with. That got changed. In about 1965, we started changing for giving preference to family members instead of where they come from. That created the potential disaster that we're starting to see now, because what would happen is you would give preference to somebody who's here, who's a citizen or an LPR, and says, hey, I want my brothers, I want my sisters, I want my family here, my children, fathers. And we widened and we gave them more and more latitude to do it. And what happened is we started forgetting some of the countries that were incredibly dangerous to Americans. So what did they do? They came in under that preference for families, and they started developing pockets of communities. And that's what you see in Minneapolis and Detroit and outside of those. At the same time we were easing up the regulations on who gets to come into the country, we were also tightening down on who we could get rid of. And people have been screaming about this for decades, Will. This is the kind of thing that we knew was going to be a powder keg, and now we're seeing it, and they're starting to light those fuses.
Brett, I'm so glad you brought up the 1965 Immigration and Nationality Act, also known as the Hart-Celler Act. So just as for everyone watching, I find this endlessly fascinating. Starting in about 1924 with the Immigration Acts, we started to control immigration, and it came down. It came dramatically down from where it was in the early 1900s. Then in 65, the Hart-Celler Act comes in, and it absolutely explodes. It explodes in ways that purportedly were not even anticipated by the bill's progressive sponsors like Ted Kennedy. And to your point, it's largely through family immigration, family sponsorships, and what's become known as chain migration. Brett, I didn't realize this myself until I started to study this very recently. 70%, something like 70% of immigration into America now is through family sponsorship. We think of it through employment or somebody wanting to come to America for a better life, when in fact, the overwhelming majority of it is people maybe not choosing to be American, but choosing to be with family.
Yeah, that's right. And Will, the other factor on this is the original ones that get into the country, oftentimes they're coming in through lax refugee or the process to bring in refugees. There are legitimate refugees that need to come into our country, that deserve it, that are stand-up citizens when they get naturalized. But there are massive pockets of those that have abused it, especially when you had lax administrations like Biden, like Clinton, like others. They might have been focused on the border at times during the last 20 years, but nobody was focused on what was happening with those refugees that were coming in, and then the ease with which they could sponsor their families. That's why you have these massive pockets of different country origin in cities across the United States, and most of them in blue cities.
And by the way, that's why it's called chain migration, because once you sponsor your brother to come in, he becomes a citizen, then he can sponsor his parents to come in, and it goes on and on and on and on. We should note that Congressman Andy Ogles right now and in the past has talked about now proposing doing away with the Hart-Celler Act, doing away with or reforming the 1965 Immigration Act, which is a conversation this country, I think, is ready for, to discuss who are we giving legal citizenship to in America. It's a great conversation. Brett Tolman, thanks for being with us here today.
Thanks, Will.